The starting lineups tonight for Northern Adirondack. Number 10, Adam Schutz.
Adam Schutz. This is Calvin
14,
Castine.
Clarence Labarge.
Clarence Labarge for at Northern
17, John
at Seton
Curry.
Catholic. John Curry.
Number 20, David LeBaire.
David LeBaire.
Number 12, Bruce Schutz.
Bruce Schutz.
Number 4, Travis Connors.
Travis Connors.
Number 23, J.R. Jubert.
J.R. Jubert.
Number 3, Chris Brunell.
Chris Brunell.
Number 5, Tyler Murtaugh.
Tyler Murtaugh.
Number 8, Chad Rao.
Chad Rao.
And in goal, Sean Hamlin.
Sean Hamlin. Those are the Bobcats. We're at Seton Catholic Central for the Section 7 Class C Championship game featuring the Bobcats and the Cougars.
Nick Legree.
Okay, we've got 21 Nick Legree for Northeastern. Travis Dupree, number 19 or 18. Pat Racine. Mike Ashline, number 11. 16, Aaron Coulombe. 22, Sean Fay.
Number 5, Ryan Inkton.
5, Ryan Inktill.
Number 24, Scott Morelli.
24, Scott Morelli.
Number 3, Alan Lapierre.
Number 3, Alan Lapierre.
Number 8, Kyle Egerton.
And number 8, Kyle Edgerton. In goal, Tyson Dumas. Cougars are coached by Dale Hawksby, assisted by Frank Dumas. The remaining Cougars are for Pat Dubuque. Number 12, Nick Babby, who won't be here tonight. Number 14, Anthony Richard. Number 17, Paul Hamilton. Number 15, Brian LaFountain. Number 19, Brad Superna. And number 25, Matt Arno. All right, outstanding job on a very hard song to sing, the Star Spangled Banner.
That was Aaron St. Hilaire.
And we're going to continue with the Bobcat lineup here. Number 2, Brian Schutz. Number 6, Bucky D4. Number 7, Jim Torville. Number 9, Brad Bushy. Number 11, Matt White. Number 13, Chris Bruce. Number 15, Chad Poyer. 16, Eric Sweeney. Number 18, Mike Wilson. Number 21, Jeff Rock. 22, Frank Woodward. Number 24, Jared Dupie. Number 25, Ben Millark. Number 19, Liam Mahoney. And of course, the Cats are coached by Don Moulton. Referees for tonight's contest, Steve Toloski and Stan Riggs.
Cougars are the top seed in the playoffs. However, the Bobcats 5-time defending champions, Michael.
That's correct, and this is deja vu all over again, as they say. We had a situation a few years ago where Northeastern, as a shot is taken high over the crossbar by Lapierre. A few years ago, probably 93, I guess it was, Northeastern, the first time these teams met, it was a 2-2 tie. This year, it was a 1-1 tie the first time they met. And a few years ago, the second time they met was a game totally dominated by Northeastern, a 4-0 victory for the Cougars to give them the CVAC championship. This year, it was a game won by the Cougars by a score of 3-0, and that certainly enabled them to continue with their CVAC championship for 1997. But a few years ago, Northeastern came in here as the top seed team, and the Cats won in a shootout by a 4-3 margin, and Northeastern is going to try to erase that tonight. Although by the record, and as stated by Don Moulton in the newspaper, the Bobcats are the underdog for tonight, I've got to figure that they are an emotional favorite because, as Calvin said, they are the 5-time Section 7 Class C champions.
And they went all the way to the state finals. They are the New York State runner-ups. So,
and that's a big part of any sport is
been there.
That intangible that you've been there and done that. The pressure mounts, especially late in a game, or the further you get along in these tournaments. And in order to deal with that pressure, let's face it, 5 years the Cats were involved with that type of play, and only in the last 2 did they really go very far. So it takes time to get that pressure and learn how to deal with it, both as a player and as a coach. Trip call, and then it'll be Bobcat ball. A very exciting game right before. I didn't see it all, but it was won by the Plattsburgh Hornets. They are the Section 7 Class B champions, repeat champions, and they beat Seton by a score of 2-1. And Seton had 2 straight victories right in on Dumas, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. But the Knights were able to defeat the Hornets by a 4-2 margin and a 3-2 margin during the season, but the Hornets came back. The Hornets came back to apparently we've got a disagreement between Steve Tulaski and the Cougar coaching staff. He said get in the box, and their comment was there is no box. If there's no box, no area designated for coaches to stand, then I fail to see
well, he could draw one.
Why they're limited. Well, then let him come over and draw one then. Fay with the throw-in for Northeastern. It's inside the area, headed by Morelli, but back out. Now Coulomb. Chipped back in by Fay, now Edgerton. Pushed out, now Coulomb crosses, and Hamlin comes out to make the stop right in front of Morelli. Northeastern, I think, one of the keys for the Cougars, because they were without the services of Nick Babby, their fullback, their center fullback all year, as Nick Legree pushes it back to midfield. They were maybe we're going to be without the services of Matt Arno, so very tough key injuries for Northeastern late in the season here. But Arno is suited up, apparently able to play. Babby is not, so it's going to be a real tough situation for Northeastern. In order for Northeastern to overcome that, I believe they're going to have to control the center of the field, and they're going to have to use their wings. I think the team that does control the center of the field in the center halfback position is going to be the winner in tonight's contest. Just outside the 18, knocked down, and it'll be a direct kick for the Cats. Chad Rowell taken down from behind, and it will be a direct kick for the Bobcats, and this is a very dangerous spot. Tyler Murtha with a great foot.
I was asked for a prediction before the game by someone, and I said my only prediction is it will not be 3-0 as the previous meeting was.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that is really the only thing you could possibly say. Murtha with a hell of a shot, just over top of the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Legree hit it, and then a golf shuts in the center. Connors up for Murtha. Murtha, as a man, shuts down the wing, but he decides to cross back into the center. Fay falls down, but is able to stop the ball, and here come the Cats. Murtha, just outside the 18, is taken by, excuse me, taken by Aintel. Aintel tries to get it up for Lapierre. He can't control it. It was bouncing, and he couldn't get a control on it, and it's out of bounds. Lapierre, headed by Aintel, back into the center, and Lapierre will get there. So does Connors. Connors takes it away and switches fields. Chested down by Dupree, and now Ashline up into the center, stopped by Schutz, and headed right back in again. This time it's Curry at midfield. Schutz working against Aintel. Aintel deflects to Coulomb. Coulomb Tries to drag it by Schutz, but he can't. It finally goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Coulomb with a long throw right to Curry, and he pushes it right back out again. Engtill, who had 2 goals the other night against All-Sable. Edgerton can't control, and it goes far side, picked up by Brunel. Brunel taken back by Fay. Brunel and Fay jockeying for position. And the call goes against Brunel, and it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern. 7 minutes gone in this first half. Push to the outside, and Murtha, long ball straight through the center. Dupree's in the center, taken by Rao. Rao taken off the ball inside the 18. Dupree finally clears, and Northeastern dodges a bullet there. A fine rush by the Bobcats. Murtha with a beautiful pass to Rao, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Dumas headed by Morelli into the center. Now Lapierre, it's a foot race. This is a dangerous play for Northeastern. Morelli gets in, gets the shot off, and it was cleared by Hamlin right into Morelli. Finally, it went deeper into the Bobcat zone. Finally cleared out. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern, and the Cats dodged the bullet there early in this contest. Hamlin went down, looked like he was hurt. Maybe just the wind knocked out of him. But he'll stay in the game. Nope. Nope. They're going to stop the clock and check on Hamlin. He's still hurt. I didn't see if it was Morelli that made contact or the ball or one of the Bobcat players. There was a mad rush right there at the 6 as Morelli was trying to control to get that shot off. But in any case, it will be a Northeastern throw-in.
They'll give him time to recover.
Clock is stopped at 31:56, and now Northeastern will throw it in. Coulomb headed right out again because it went right to Schutz. Racine gets there, pushes over for Ashline. Ashline tries to get it to Lapierre and does. Lapierre to the outside, too hard, and it's out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cats. Northeastern with a big chance right there, and the Cats dodged a bullet on that last play. Schutz can't control. Coulomb does. Coulomb tries to get it through. It deflects off Schutz, goes wide, but it's cleared by the Cats. Coulomb has Fay wide open. Coulomb tries to get it to him, but it deflects to Engtill. Engtill to Fay. Fay tries to get it by the Cat defense, but he waited a little too long trying to drag it from his right foot to his left foot, and it finally is shot over top of the net by, I think that was Coulomb, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cats. Into midfield, stopped by Ashline. Now LeBaire clears it into Northeastern's territory. Legree is there to punch it ahead. Curry gets there and just chips it away from Morelli on the far side. Labarge and Edgerton going for it. Fay with a nice pass to Edgerton. Edgerton inside the box. He'll get a cross off just over top of the net. Instead of crossing, he decided to take the shot just over the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for the Bobcats. Both teams with plenty of offensive opportunities, but most of them going wide. Goalie's not forced to make too many saves as yet, other than that one off Morelli that Hamlin made to stop. Fay, left foot's up to Lapierre. Lapierre can't control, but Coulomb does. Coulomb has Lapierre down the wing. Miskicked, and LeBaire punches it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Coulomb into the center, headed out. Ashline gets there but can't control it. Now it's a foot race. Ashline ends up pushing Rao off the ball, and the call goes against him, and it'll be Bobcat direct kick with 29:43 remaining in the first half. It's still 0-0. A low ball right up, and Dupree punches it right back in again to Morelli. Morelli tries to chest it to Lapierre, but can't. Cleared by LeBaire. Now Coulomb back into the center, and the call goes against the Cats, and Morelli puts it into play right away. Lapierre knocked out of bounds by Curry, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern.
That's a smart play. Put that ball in play.
Absolutely. Put that ball out of bounds. They had you off balance. LeBaire with his back to the field couldn't tell what his defensive shape was in, so an or rather Curry couldn't tell what he looked like defensively, so he punched it out of bounds to give the Cats a chance to get back in position. Coulomb right in the center, headed up, right in on Hamlin, and he makes the stop. Into the center, stopped by Rao. Rao pushes up for Murtha. Murtha back for Connors. Connors switches fields to the far side. Pass intended for J.R. Jubert, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Fay with a long throw down the wing, headed up by Labarge. Now deep into Northeastern zone. Dupree gets there first and punches it off. That must be, that was a Bobcat player. It'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. I'll see if I can pick him up. Again, these old eyes. That's number 3, I believe, Chris Burnell on the far side that deflected that out of bounds off Dupree. And finally back into play off Labarge, picked up by Jubert, out of bounds, and it'll be a Bobcat throw-in. Down the wing, Dupree gets there first, clears up for Edgerton. Edgerton closely marked by Labarge, and it'll be Bobcat throw-in again. Burnell gets a cross-off. It's to the 18, gets by 1, and finally picked up by Arno. Arno tries to push one up through, but Curry is there, and he'll easily clear it up. And out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Cougars are calling to get it in quickly. It's headed into the center, and cleared by Jubert. Now Coulomb tries to get it back up. A nice play by Connors, and Murtha down the wing back to Connors. Legree gets there and punches it out of bounds, and it'll be a Bobcat throw-in, but the Cats right there look very good. 4 Northeastern defenders and 2 Bobcat forwards. Murtha and Connors did a fine job getting the ball beyond the Cougar defense and forcing Legree to punch it out of bounds. Now LeBaire. David LeBaire with the long throw-in just outside of the 18, headed by Coulomb, but the Cats will get there first. Chipped into the box and headed out by Legree. Right back to Jubert. Jubert taken away by Coulomb, and Coulomb a long pass beyond Curry, but he'll get there. Northeastern trying to put some pressure on, and it's finally cleared out by Curry up on the far side. Burnell back into the center, stopped by Connors. Connors takes it to the outside. Jubert broken up, now Burnell. Broken up again, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cats. Right to the 18, chest it down. Fay gets there, tries to clear it. Deflects back and out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick for the Bobcats. That ball looked like it was off a last touch by a Bobcat player, but hard to tell from this distance. Steve Tulaski said no, and it'll be a corner kick for the Cats, threatening again. Headed out by Morelli, but nobody there except LeBaire. Now Morelli pushes near side, intended for Edgerton with some speed. Curry cleared it, but right into Edgerton, but he got a second chance and cleared it again. Now to the outside for Schutz, broken up by Racine in the center. Ashline keeps it going, switches fields for Arno. Pushed from behind before he even got to the ball. Clarence Barge called for the push, and it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern. Legree high inside the area, headed, and finally it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cats. Bobcats put the ball in play. Up the midfield, it's Schutz. Schutz and Aintel. Schutz with a nice move to pop the ball to Murtha, and Racine is there to break that up. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be a Bobcat throw-in. No, I guess it's Northeastern throw-in. I thought that was off the Cats, and Curry crashes into Edgerton. Edgerton goes down, And no call is made. They're going to stop the clock for an injury. Cougar fans naturally calling for something, and the Bobcat fans saying that it was a legal play. It appears Edgerton may be bleeding from his mouth or his nose. Don't wipe it on your shirt. If you get any blood on your shirt, you're not going to be able to come back in.
Without having seen the replay on it, Mike, looked to me like Edgerton's head was going down and the foot was coming up, and it kind of met in between. So
Arno with the shot, and it's in the net. Matt Arno, who wasn't supposed to play, injured in gym class at Northeastern, gives Northeastern a 1-0 lead at the 23-22 mark of the first half. Arno from Morelli. Northeastern's goal scored at the 16:38 mark. Matt Arno from Scott Morelli puts Northeastern in the lead by a 1-0 margin. And Northeastern still trying to mount some pressure, out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cats.
I've said it before, Mike. Oh, there's a unnecessary collision.
And a push called, or a charge called against Coulomb, and getting up slowly, Travis Connors. And I think we're going to stop the clock again. We're down to 22-27. And now we're going to stop the clock for injury time. And it's kind of funny about officials. Just a few minutes ago with Kyle Edgerton on the ground, Northeastern fans are calling for some sort of call, and the Cat fans are saying it looked fine to me. And now just a couple minutes later, it's in reverse. Cats are calling for a call, and Northeastern saying just going for the ball. So it's kind of a strange thing depending on where you're looking from. The official announcement again just made up here from the booth. Matt Arno from Morelli at the 16:38 mark. Northeastern 1-0.
As I was starting to say before that injury, based on minutes played, I don't think anybody has scored more than Arno has. And he was missed. He was hurt. His absence was missed in that semifinal game.
Yes, it was. It certainly was. And not only has he scored some, a lot of goals this year, but big goals. Real big goals. Times when you really needed to put something in the net. Matt Arno, with his aggressiveness and his speed, was right there.
Well, he makes things happen, Mike. Even if he doesn't get the goal, he stirs things up. And
absolutely, he does things that I talk about it during the season, talking about using your wings, getting the defense running up and back and forth sideways to wear them down. So late in the game, that fatigue might set in, and it might result in a score. And that's exactly what Matt Arno does. With his speed, he forces the defense to motivate. He forces them to sprint from point A to point B, and that is a fatiguing thing late in the game.
And especially when you got Morelli out there at the same time with his blazing speed.
If you're trying to double team Scott Morelli in the center, which most teams do, and then you have Matt Arno on the outside, what is a team to do? You double team one, you let the other one go, marked up one-on-one, and now you've got a problem. Bad pass intercepted by Schutz. Fay goes down and takes somebody with him, and he gets the call. Call goes against Northeastern. I'll have to check that number. The Cats put the ball in play. It's high, and it just goes over the crossbar. That was a very innocent shot that came within a couple of inches of tying this game up. That is a tough play for a goalie to try and judge that ball as it's coming in on you. Do you let it go over the crossbar? Do you try and slap at it? Fay with a long ball over the head of Curry. Here comes Arno again. Arno gets the ball by Curry, but he couldn't get by Curry, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick for the Bobcats. Stan Riggs called it a goal kick, and Steve Tulaski overrode him, said no, it was off Curry, so it's a corner kick for Northeastern. And a wasted opportunity for the Cougars. I've seen that late in this season. Early in the season, their corner kicks were really, really on the money. But late in the season, the last 3 or 4 games, they've had some trouble. And that's something that you don't want to do. You get an opportunity like that, you want to at least make the defense work, make the goalie make a save, and not make it easy on him. Fay on the far side pushes up for Arno. Arno traps, still controlling, and called for the elbow. And now that Ryan Aintil gets a yellow card, he's going to sit, and it's too early in the game for that kind of stuff. Whether you agree with the call or you don't, that's not the time of the game to be messing around like that.
Refs are doing what they should be doing here. This is a game that could get nasty, and
absolutely,
the refs got to take that yellow card and use it.
You've got to do that, because if you don't, if you let a game like this get out of hand, now you got to throw 10 or 12 yellows and a couple of reds just to try and regain control. So I agree with that. Whether I agree with the call or not, you can't argue with the refs in that situation. You're only going to hurt your team. Push called against the Cats, and Legree puts it in play. Dubuque into the game for Northeastern. Wants to push it into the center and does. Coulombe chips it high to LaFountain. LaFountain just in the game now. He works himself into the center as Dubuque, but he can't catch up to it. It's cleared by Curry. Now Rao to the far side. Dupree gets there and pushes deep into the Cat zone, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Travis Connor back into the game, obviously all right after his collision at midfield. And Bruce Schutz is off. Schutz in the center, stolen by Arno. Now Coulombe. Coulombe chips it through, but Hamlin comes out to make the stop. Just not enough room. A good idea, but just not enough room for Morelli or Arno to maneuver inside the 18. Hamlin, a smart goalie, not going to give him that room. Came right out aggressively and stopped the ball. Now Racine switches fields, but it's taken down by the Cats. Back into the center. That's number 15, Chad Poyer, taken by Fay, and Fay out on the wing, intended for LaFountain, and it's just out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Cats. Northeastern needs to watch that goalie, because this would have been an opportunity to get it to Hamlin, and he'll rethrow it, I believe.
Hey, a new ball boy down there.
Chris Kelly substituting as the ball boy.
Doing a heck of a job.
If he drops that camera while he's trying to throw in a $10 ball, I think he'd have a problem right there, huh?
I don't think it's a $10 ball, but I think even with a $60 ball, he might have a problem.
They buy him in bulk. Punch to the outside. Hubert up to Murtha, broken up by Racine, and Dubuque punches it into the center. He's got to get rid of it a little bit quicker. In the center, Connors switches fields over for Poyer. Poyer down the wing. Dupree gets there. Pushed off the ball. Dupree turns and clears it up. And right back in by the Cats. This should go out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Dumas, nice ball beyond midfield, but it's headed right back by Schutz. Now Ashline. And Schutz switches fields to the far side. Foot race between Dupree and Tourville. Tourville is called for the charge, and it'll be Northeastern ball. 16:03 remaining in this first half. It's 1-0 Northeastern. And the Cougars want to keep the pressure up. Misplayed. Curry backs him up, but that was misplayed by the Cats. If Curry's not there, that's a dangerous play for Northeastern. And Fay with the throw-in. Over the head of Edgerton. Hamlin comes right out and makes the stop. That's a good throw-in, not to get even a white shirt close to it. Headed right back by Coulombe. Now Arno traps. Gives way to Coulombe. Punch to the outside, picked up by Arno. Arno turns it, gets off a deflection, finally cleared by Curry. To the far side, Tourville. Tourville back up, pass intended for Poyer. Broken up out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cats. Headed by Dupree and Fay. Up for Edgerton. Broken up, and the Cats control the far side, out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. No, they're calling it off White, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Down the wing. Now it's out of bounds again. The Cats will throw it in again. NAC working their way downfield on 3 consecutive throw-ins. Now trying to put it in the box, headed by Legree. Now to the outside and shot field goal style high over the goal post. And it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern with 14:22 remaining in the first half. 1-0 Northeastern.
Taking the goal kick with the goalie behind the goal.
Dubuque wins that ball, punches to the outside, too far out of bounds, and stopped by the WPTZ ball boy.
He's much better than a Peacock would be at that job.
LeBert down the wing, headed to the 18 and cleared low off the Cats and picked up by LaFountain. Now Arno with a nice ball back to Coulombe. Something dangerous developing here. Schutz trying to get Coulombe, knocks him down from behind, and it's going to be Northeastern direct kick just outside the 18. And he wants to take it right away. Don't take any time. The shot is off just over the crossbar. A nice ball that just went over the top of the net. And it'll be a goal kick for the Cats. Scott Morelli and Ryan Engtill back into the game for Northeastern. Jubert and Engtill go for the ball. Knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Cat throw-in. Stopped by Tourville. Tourville gets it by Edgerton, still controlling, and goes down the wing. Legree gets there first and chips up and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Cats. LeBert, a long throw that's headed right out again and finally shot by Connors, but too far and wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Dumas again with a nice ball beyond midfield, headed by Morelli. Now Curry. Morelli gets it right back. He has some room in the open. In the center, pushes to the far side for Arno, and offsides is called. Offsides is called, so it'll be Bobcat ball. Cats, an equally nice ball, well beyond midfield. Broken up by Legree. Legree still trying to push it forward and does, but he needs to get back on defense. Nice play. Edgerton to Engtill. Engtill tries to push it over top of his head, and it's headed by Morelli out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Cats, but a real nice play right there. A lot of times people will follow the ball and not watch the players themselves, but when Legree took a chance, committed himself, and came up on that ball, punched it up by midfield, you immediately saw Mike Ashline fall back into his spot, and that's an excellent defensive play. Murtha with a nice pass. Ashline is there to clear up, and it's off Jubert, and it's out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Now they're calling a kick, I guess.
On the foul after the play.
On the Cats, and not a good idea right there. Northeastern wasting some opportunities here. It'll be a throw-in for the Cats. In a game like this, you want to take advantage of every opportunity you can. And the Cats trying to control, but Ashline is there to punch up for Arno. Arno chips in the center for Morelli. Morelli tries to keep it going and does. It gets by LeBert. Edgerton gets there. Edgerton with some nice moves, punches it to the inside, loses control of it, and gets it back to Engtill for control. Engtill with a nice defensive play by Jubert. Anktil stops it, but Joubert comes up with the ball. And Anktil takes down Joubert. It'll be a trip called and a direct kick for the Cats. Labarge puts the ball in play, and Dumas is going to stand there and let it go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. 9:28 remaining in the first. It's 1-0 Northeastern. Dumas line drive, headed right back in by Joubert, stopped by Murtha. Murtha tried to get it back to Joubert, but it goes out of bounds off Racine, and it'll be a Bobcat throw-in. LeBert, long throw into the area.
Beautiful throw.
Headed right in on Dumas. A beautiful throw by LeBert. And it was headed right in by Dumas. I couldn't see who headed it. It might have been Connors. And it might have been Rao. Number 8, Chad Rao headed that ball in. Now Northeastern with an opportunity here. Hamlin comes out, and I think we're going to have another situation here. That's where, now Arno is going to get a yellow card, and he did push the Bobcat player from behind, but you got a situation where he's trying to get to the ball, and the Bobcat player is obstructing him. He's not going for the ball himself, and he's not allowing Arno to go for the ball. The obstruction came before the push. That, I think, should have been called, but you very, very rarely do you see an obstruction call. So Arno is off with his yellow card. That's the third yellow card, I think, for Northeastern. Second yellow card, Anktil and Arno.
Hey, Koloski, they're not here to see you. Let them play.
And Pat Dubuque is into the game for Northeastern. He'll replace Arno. And Dubuque to the center, but Schutz is there to punch it deep into Northeastern zone. Legree is there to deflect it back into the center, but the only one there is Bruce Schutz. And he loses it to Morelli. Morelli trying to get it to the outside, broken up and punched by Labarge deep into Northeastern zone. Now at the 18, Northeastern miscommunication. The Cats with an opportunity, and Dumas with the stop. Northeastern defense zigging and zagging, moving in the wrong direction and not communicating well, and gave the Cats an excellent opportunity. The Cats' tenacity ended in a fine shot on Dumas, and he had to make a good save. Lapierre to Coulombe. Coulombe switches fields over for Edgerton. Out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for NAC. We're down to 7:31 remaining in this first half. It's 1-0 Northeastern.
By picking up those yellow cards in the first half, Anktil and Arno put themselves in a precarious situation. If they get a second yellow,
that's right,
they're out of the game, and if the Cougars should win, they're out of the next game.
That's right. That's absolutely right. That's why I say it's early in the game to be picking up those yellows. That's why it's a difficult thing, especially in the Anktil case. I think, you know, he opened his mouth, he yelled, and he deserved the yellow card. In Arno's case, again, you know, the obstruction came before. If a player is going for the ball, that's one thing. You can't push him from behind. But Curry was giving, I think it was Curry, was giving Hamlin a time to come out and get the ball, and he's not letting Arno. He's not giving Arno any kind of access at the ball, or giving him any room to get there. A fine ball to Edgerton. If he can get there, he does and gets the cross off, but Hamlin is right there to make the stop. Now Arno should know that no matter what, you're not supposed to push somebody from behind like that, but I still think that obstruction should have been called on that.
Well, they could have just called a foul too without calling a yellow card. But
true.
But I'd rather see the refs err on the side of caution.
Cats are going to throw it in again. David LeBert not throwing in this time. We've got a flip throw, and it's headed out. LeBert will put it right back in. He goes back down the wind for Rao. Rao with a low cross, stopped by Legree, and it'll be a corner kick for NAC. Cats. Coulomb stops it and clears it, but Schutz puts it right back in again. Cats in a position here to get a shot off, and it's cleared out by Legree on the far side. Dubuque defending. Between his legs, and Legree is there to clear it up the wing. Curry stops it and pushes it right back in again. Northeastern's halfbacks didn't get up fast enough, and now NAC on the attack again. Legree takes it to the outside. Dupree gets there, and he'll clear it up and out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for NAC. Into the box, headed out by Coulomb, right in the center. Cats taken off their shot by Morelli, but Curry steps up nicely. Took a chance there. If Northeastern can gain control, this is the situation where you can use somebody like Morelli's speed, because all the Bobcat defense is on their side of, or Northeastern side of midfield. A charge called, and it'll be, or a push, or whatever he called. I didn't see it, but it goes against Northeastern. It'll be a direct kick for the Cats. Another dangerous kick. You don't want to give NAC any additional opportunities in this type of situation. Cats deadly. And it's chipped high and headed and stopped, punched out, and it'll be a goal kick. And Northeastern dodged the bullet there. I think everybody in this stadium, or everybody on the field, thought it was going to be a blistering shot, but it was just a chip that Murtha changed directions, and it looked like it had a chance to get into that far side. But somehow Dumas either slapped it out or somebody kicked it out and went out of bounds off the Cats for a goal kick. We're down to 3:24 remaining in this first half. 1-0 Northeastern, but the Cats in the last 5 to 7 minutes have been dominating play, not allowing Northeastern any offense. Dupree gets there, has the ball taken away, still trying to fight. Punched out, deflects off Fay. Finally goes out of bounds, and it'll be a Cat throw-in again. A nice throw to the 18, knocked out by Inktil, but the Cats, Inktil still able to keep the ball moving, but LeBert puts it back for Murtha. Murtha loses it out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. And this is what we meant. We were talking about those yellow cards earlier when Inktil went off, and then shortly after that, Arno went off. It took Northeastern out of their offensive. They didn't have the, what are the words, the word I'm looking for, as Edgerton goes in, and it's in the net. Edgerton from Morelli, and it's 2-0 Northeastern. Here I'm talking about yellow cards and the fact that Northeastern lost some of their offensive thrust. And bang, bang, the ball's in the net. It looked like Edgerton from Morelli, but we'll wait for the official. Kyle Edgerton makes it 2-0 at the 37:51 mark. Kyle Edgerton from Scott Morelli. That's Morelli's second assist. He also assisted on Matt Arno's goal. And it's 2-0 Northeastern with 2:09 remaining in the first. And as I said, I'm standing here talking about yellow cards and how Northeastern didn't have the offense that they did a little earlier because of those yellow cards and some key players on the bench. And just like that, bang, bang, Northeastern with 3 passes up the field, and Edgerton puts it behind Hamlin for Northeastern's second goal. Fay trying to keep it going in the center, finally pushes a left foot up. And the call goes against the Bobcats, and it'll be Northeastern's ball with 1:38 remaining. So still plenty of time. This is one situation where Northeastern has to guard against 2 things. They don't want to fall back and play into a defensive mode, and they also don't want to get so excited about being 2 goals ahead at this point that they lose sight of their objective and try and put in more goals, because that's when the Cats are going to sting, and sting fast. What Northeastern needs to do is just keep playing, control the center of the field, and let the Cats put pressure on themselves trying to get back into this game. Right back in by the Bobcats, and it would have been wide. Dumas decides to go outside for control, and with 52 seconds remaining, who would have thunk it? Northeastern with a 2-0 lead here late in the first half. And what very often happens in a soccer game, the Cats eventually are going to have to open it up. When they do that, that's going to open up Northeastern's for more opportunities. Back across outside the 18, cleared out by Poyer. Now with 17 seconds, Coulomb taken by Murtha to the outside for Schutz. Schutz still controlling. Racine breaks that up, but it deflects right back to Schutz. With 7 seconds, Racine wants to clear it, and he does, but it's right in the center. Stopped by Connors. Connors with the shot. It's headed out by Dupree in the first half. Is in the books. Northeastern with a 2-0 lead. First goal, Matt Arno from Scott Morelli at the 16:38 mark. And the second goal, Kyle Edgerton from Scott Morelli at the 37:51 mark. And that's where we stand. Northeastern 2, Bobcats nothing. And we'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the second half. Second half just about ready to get underway. It's 2-0 Northeastern. This is the Section 7 Class C Finals. The winner of this game will continue to the regionals, and the loser will hang up their spikes for 1997. The Section 10 winner, I believe we were told the other night it was Potsdam, maybe?
Potsdam, yep.
Potsdam will come here to Seton. We're lucking out this year because we have both the regional and the, I guess it would be the quarterfinal will be played here at Seton. So the winner of this game will stay here for at least the regional play against Potsdam. Right in, and LeBert let it go. I don't know if he did that on his own, if he was called off by Hamlin, or if he misplayed it, but in any case, it worked out for the Cats. Headed by Coulomb. And now Connors on the far side. Murtha steps on the ball, but he's still able to control. Tyler Murtha trying to get something started for the Cats. Gets through 3 Northeastern players, and Legree is there to finally stop it. And it'll be a corner kick. So Murtha trying to get something started for NAC. They're down 2-0, and they need to get something on the board quickly. And this, a very dangerous time for Northeastern. They want to clear this ball out quickly, and of course the Cats want to get ahead on it. Taken wide, deflected, and finally cleared by Inktil. Headed by LeBert, and Morelli gets there. Tries to push it to the outside for Lapeer, but LeBert gets there first. And Inktil with a long ball. Out of bounds at midfield. It'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats.
As soccer playoff nights go, this one isn't bad, Mike. The weather's mild, chilly but mild.
Yes, this is a fine night. We've seen it a whole lot worse. And here's an opportunity. Coulomb got it. Tried to send Edgerton. Now Fay off a deflection. Loses it and gives way for Coulomb. Coulomb high up into the center, but headed right back out again. Lapeer stops it. Connors takes over. Off a deflection, Morelli gets it to Edgerton. Edgerton back to Coulomb. Coulomb to Edgerton. Edgerton tries to punch it through, but it's deflected. Coulomb gets there to Morelli. Morelli cuts it back and then pushes through for Coulomb. Coulomb gets the shot. It deflects. No, it didn't. It was shot by Coulomb out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for NAC. Headed back by Inktil to Lapeer. LeBert knocks it down and then clears up the midfield. Rao on the far side. Racine goes down. Rao's got some room. He has Murtha at the 18, gets behind Murtha. Fay is there to clear it up, and it's in the center. Stopped down, knocked down by Schutz, but taken back by Coulomb. Coulomb tries to send it through for Morelli. And Now Fay pushes up into the center, stopped by Schutz, right back to Fay, and Fay chips it high. It gets beyond Schutz. Morelli trying to get there to get a shot off. Lapierre gets there, punch to the outside. Fay gets the shot off, and it's low, just wide. That was a tough play, and that would have been a crucial goal. If Northeastern goes up 3-0, I think the Cats really, really have dug themselves a hole. A 2-0 hole is very, very hard to dig out of in this type of situation, but a 3-0 hole is almost impossible.
Well, Cats are carrying 5 consecutive titles on their backs.
Nice head ball, Fay to Edgerton. Edgerton with plenty of room on the near side. Curry coming over, and Edgerton with the cross. Deflected by Curry. Now there's Curry again, taking Edgerton to the outside. That'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. A long throw headed by Morelli, and finally goes out of bounds. It should be a corner kick, and is. Legree punched right out by Murtha. Now Dupree wants to push it back in again, and does. Edgerton gets there. Edgerton deeper into the zone, knocked it out of bounds off Labarge, and it'll be another corner kick for Northeastern. A fine effort by Kyle Edgerton. Legree again with the corner kick. In the center, headed right out again, and Murtha gets by one. Legree trying to get back in position. Murtha down the wing, and Dupree punches right back in again. Over the head of Schutz, but Curry is there to back him up. Punches to midfield, deflected by Racine. Now Ashline steps up nicely. Miss kicks to the outside, and Bruce Schutz picks it up. Schutz down the wing and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. No, I guess not. Must have deflected off Ashline. It'll be a throw-in for the Cats. Liam Mahoney into the game for NAC. Throw-in stopped by Lapierre, and Lapierre clears up into the center. Nobody there except Cats, and Mahoney gets there. Mahoney back to LeBaire for control, and now up for Schutz. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Matt Arno back into the game for the Cougars, and Alan Lapierre will take a rest. Dumas out to midfield. Kyle Edgerton switched sides with Arno. Arno stayed on the right, Edgerton on the left, and Morelli now trying to get the ball to Arno. Misplayed. Arno gets in, but it's cleared out. Fay gets there to stop it. A lot of pushing and shoving, and Arno comes back. It goes against the Cats, and it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern, about 20 yards out. Coulomb with the shot, just wide, a fine right-footed shot, bending from left to right, just went by the post, out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cats. A low kick into the center, misplayed. Now Anktil miss kicks, it goes high, and Joubert jumps into Fay. Brunel back into the center. Morelli gets there trying to cut it, and does. Back this side for Arno. Arno can't control, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for NAC. 31-41 remaining in the second. It's 2-0 Northeastern. And Brunel with an opportunity here, stopped by Ashline. A fine play, a fine steady defensive play by Mike Ashline. Fay switches fields to the far side, picked up by Edgerton. Edgerton taking off the ball, but gets it right back again. His shot is deflected. Fay with the low shot. He miskicked, but so did the Cat defense. Number 14, Clarence Labarge. But Hamlin is right there to get the loose ball. Nice step up by Coulomb. Fay gets there and chips high. It'll be wide, and Hamlin will control. Hamlin out, headed by Coulomb. Stays at midfield, where it's picked up by Murtha. Murtha being marked by Inktil, gets it to the outside for Jubert. Jubert for Brunel. And Legree gets there. A fine play. And a fine play by Nick Legree. Pushed it to the outside, and Brunel is called for the charge. Northeastern will put the ball in play. And out of bounds, and the Cats will throw it in. That's what Northeastern has to stop doing. They have to take opportunities to get the ball out of their net. Brunel and Dupree out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick. God.
It'll be a corner kick, Michael.
Well, it's going to be a corner kick, but I really didn't see the reason why, and it's headed deep to the far side, finally out of bounds. Now it'll be a goal kick, and Northeastern dodged the bullet there because I think they've got a very bad call. Pat Dubuque into the game for Northeastern. LeBert. And the Cats with an opportunity here, and it's finally cleared. That was stopped and cleared by Northeastern, and we've got a hold on Arno, and it'll be a NAC ball. We're down to 29 minutes, actually 28:57 remaining in the second. It's 2-0 Northeastern, but the Cats trying to put some pressure on. Offsides is called, and it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern. Dumas beyond midfield. Morelli gets up, but it's knocked back by the Cats. Now Coulomb steps on the ball, can't control, but he finally gets up and does. Deflect it to the near side. Blocked by Dupree, picked up by Brunel, and now back to Mahoney. Mahoney goes outside for Jubert. Jubert still controlling. He'll get across. Left-footed cross. It's high off the crossbar and out of bounds. And it looked as though either Dumas was sure that was going to go out of bounds or he misplayed it because he jumped. And he didn't jump very high, and the ball bounced right off the top of the crossbar. Now, from this angle, he's in a much better position to see where the ball is going. So, and he's played that position all year, so I guess he made the right move. But boy, it looked awful dangerous from up here. Morelli held to the far side. It's picked up by Schutz. Edgerton and Schutz going for the ball, and what's the call going to be? It's going to go against Edgerton, and the Cats will put the ball in play.
Good turnout from both sides here tonight, Mike. A lot of Cougar Bobcat fans are here.
Always exciting between these two teams. Great rivalry, a northern tier rivalry. And no matter where they play or when they play or what the weather conditions, there's always a lot of people that show up.
And I think the section people are anticipating this double Cougar Bobcat playoff.
Now that, I don't know, it looked like a fine slide tackle. He had the entire ball, but it was called a trip, and now Arno up the wing. Curry is there, tries to head it back. Arno gets there and breaks up the play, and it stays in bounds, and now out of bounds off LaBarge, and it'll be a Northeastern throw-in.
As you know, Mike, the girls Class C championship is featuring these same two schools, and some years past Class C's have played on the same night, but today it's boys on the same night and girls on the same night. BC.
Yeah, I think I'd like it the other way. I think
well, I think they were looking to get a double hit on the Cougar Bobcat fans because they know they turn out in droves.
That's a good point. That's a good point. They fill the stands 2 nights in a row. Certainly worth it to the league or the section. Broken up by Dubuque, and now Jubert Cat still trying to control it. Deflects off Dubuque out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Jubert down the wing over the head of Dupree. Legree gets there and punches up. It'll stay in bounds. No, it'll go out of bounds. Now Jubert again, down to Burnell. Dupree, a nice move, not only to take it away from Burnell, but to push it up the wing, but Jubert gets it back. Dupree finally out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Cats really putting a lot of pressure in this second half. They want to get that goal. They want to get one goal to try and cut the Northeastern lead in half. Cougars trying to substitute 1-2 at a time to keep their players as fresh as they can. Now their defensive players have been in the whole game, no break. Mike Ashline's been in the whole game. Aaron Coulombe. But they're trying to keep their forward line as fresh as possible. And here comes Morelli. He's got an opportunity. Takes it back to the inside. It's still open. And offsides is called. And it'll be Bobcat ball. Headed back into the center. Ashline falls down and the Cats are able to control. Rao finally broken up by Legree and cleared out. Now Murtha on the far side. Tyler Murtha with a lot of speed, cuts it. He'll get across from there, gets by two, and it's finally headed out of bounds. It's a fine play, but it just went wide. That last head by Travis Connors, and it'll be Northeastern ball. That was Chad Rao with that last head ball. Pushed into the center, but nobody there except Cats, and it's right back in again. Northeastern, they want to stop doing that, I think. I think they'd rather go up the wings. Nobody is in the center, and there's a big gap there, and it's making it easy for the Cat defense to punch it right back into the Northeastern zone. So when the opportunity arises, I think it would be much better to keep it on the outside. Morelli deflects to Coulombe. Coulombe outside for Arno. Arno still trying to control, and it's out of bounds off him, and it's a Cat throw-in. Bucky D4 into the game for NAC. And it's headed by Fay. D4 will do it again to Jubert. Jubert lets it swing by, and Coulombe is there to chip high to the 18. Headed by LeBert. Arno gets there, crosses back over, and LeBert is there to clear, but missed kicks. LaFountain can't get it from him. And the call goes against the Bobcats just at the 18, so a great opportunity for Northeastern. Now Coulombe. It's a low one, it just goes wide, and a good idea. If LaFountain has one more step, if he can get there one step quicker, he could punch that ball into the far side. Call goes against Murtha, and it'll be Northeastern's ball with 21:34 remaining in this second half. It's 2-0 Northeastern.
And NAC's win over Saranac, Tyler Murtha really stepped up his game and was a major factor in that ball game.
Absolutely, he's a major factor on their team at any time. He has the speed and the tenacity needed. Out of bounds, and it should be Bobcat ball. Clarence Labar is getting ready to come back in. And D4 is out. Out of bounds off Brunel, and it'll be Northeastern ball. Again, Northeastern trying to keep their players as fresh as possible. Pat Dubuque back in, and Ryan Aintil out of the game. Jubert punches in off Mahoney. Now Brunel. Legree gets there, deflects off Mahoney to Coulombe. Punch to the far side. LeBert gets there, and now Dubuque doesn't want to hold it too long. Pat Dubuque with a low ball up the wing, deflected by LaFountain into the center for Arno. Arno trying to get by one, but can't. Punch deeper in the northeastern zone, and it's out of bounds, and it should be unable to see who last touched the ball. That was a northeastern ball. Dupree knocked it off Brunel. Stanrig's too far away to see who last touched it, and the Cats with the throw-in. Chested down by Dupree. Now Jubert comes away with the ball off a deflection. Brunel punches it out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. You can feel the nervousness on the Cougars. They feel it, they can see it, but it's still not reality yet. They're still 19 minutes away from defeating the 5-time defending champions, the NAC Bobcats. As I said, the Cougars with a better record this year, but the Cats, by virtue of the fact that they've done this 5 straight years, and Northeastern knows that the Cats can come back at any time. Dumas comes out to make the stop on a fine throw-in, and quickly pushes it out into the center, but broken up and back into the Northeastern zone. Cougar players just not playing at this point as a result of the Cats' tenacious defense and hustle. Cougars unable to mount any kind of offense. Back on their heels. It's crossed over and cleared out by Dupree. Finally Racine, but not very far out. Picked up by Edgerton. He's going to try and keep it going, but it's taken back by the Cats. Finally shot wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Down to 18-16 remaining in the second half. Still 2-0 Northeastern. Legree into the center, headed by Coulomb. Now Morelli tries to get it to the far side. Edgerton goes down, and the Cats come away with it. Morelli steals it right back. It's a 3-on-3. Morelli back into the center, but it's punched out of bounds off Edgerton. It should be a Bobcat throw-in. Down the wing, headed by Racine, but Murtha is there, and he punches it through. Dupree just there. If he doesn't get that, Brunel is in all alone. Now Morelli, or rather Arno to Morelli. Morelli gets by one. He's knocked down, and the trip will be called. Coulomb will take this direct kick.
Come on, Green, let's go!
Coulomb punches through. Morelli gets there, and it's in the net. It's in the net. I think that was Pat Dubuque from Scott Morelli, but we'll wait for the official. What did he say? 4 from 24. That's Dubuque from Morelli.
Sounded like Toloski wanted to give 2 assists, but you can't do that in soccer. He's saying Coulomb 2, number 16.
Pat Dubuque scores Northeastern's 3rd goal. Assist going to Scott Morelli, and it's 3-0 Northeastern, and that is a big one. That is a big one, with that goal scored at the 23-minute mark of the second half. Northeastern now 3-0, and the Cats now know in the next 16 minutes and 22 seconds they need 3 goals to tie and 4 goals to win.
And don't forget, one of us is on record as saying it will not be 3-0.
Well, the other one agreed with you, I should say. And I do still find this to be very, very unusual. And we just witnessed it. In fact, the Northeastern's 2nd goal and the 3rd goal were pretty similar events in that the Cats were totally dominating the play. The Cats were in Northeastern zone, and the Cougars couldn't seem to get it out. But then all of a sudden, bang, bang, it's up the field and in the net. And that was the story of the 2nd goal, the Edgerton goal. And here in the second half, this 3rd goal, Dubuque from Morelli, pretty much the same way. The Cats dominated the majority of the second half. Dominated the majority of the second half, but Northeastern comes away with the goal. Now Arno shoots high and wide, and it'll be a goal kick for the Bobcats. But again, the Cats dominating play, controlling the center of the field, putting a lot of pressure, but can't seem to get anything directly on net. And Northeastern, on two bang-bang plays, end up putting the ball in the net, and it's now 3-0 Northeastern. D4 gets there. Arno takes the ball from D4, and D4 pushes it. And I guess that was out for Arno, and it'll be a goal kick for the Bobcats.
Just saw Mike Down from the press walk by, and looks like he's got his shot he wants.
We've got Alan Lapierre into the game for Northeastern, and he moved to the left wing. Kyle Edgerton moved to the right wing, and Matt Arno is going to take a well-deserved rest. And Engtel intercepts the clearing pass and gets the low cross-off, deflects off Lapierre right to, I guess that's Mahoney. I can't see for sure, but in any case, the Cats trying to come right back. Murtha still trying to get something going for the Cats. Stepped on the ball and left it. That is Mahoney. He left it for now. Joubert pushed off by Edgerton, and it's going to be Bobcat ball. John Curry with a high shot that goes wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Now's the time, with a 3-0 lead for Northeastern. Now's the time for the Cats, and we'll keep an eye on their fullbacks, and we'll watch, and I'll guarantee that they'll start moving up more and more on Northeastern side of midfield, and you'll even see probably later in the game Sean Hamlin coming out of the net to try and get that one more person up. They know they're down by 3, but of course you've got to get 1 before you can get 3, so they want to put 1 in the net to try and get them started. And we'll watch their fullbacks as they move up, but of course when they do that, that's going to open up the field for Northeastern offensively. One good clearing pass, and the speed of Scott Morelli or Kyle Edgerton or Alan Lapierre could turn into a 4-0 Northeastern lead. So it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. We're down to 12:15 remaining in the second. It's 3-0 Northeastern, and Ashline back to Engtel, and Engtel up the wing. Shuts, punches it deeper into the Cat zone, and cleared out by Curry, and it'll be another throw-in for Northeastern. Coulombe headed down, headed back in by Lapierre. It deflects. Fay trying to get there but can't. It's finally cleared out. Fay punches it, but it ends up going to Matt White. White missed kicks, and it's picked up by Ashline. Ashline to the near side for Arno. D4 down the wing, a good ball to White. Finally out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Dupree to Fay to Coulombe, and off the back. Liam Mahoney called for pushing, and it'll be Northeastern's ball. Legree high inside the area, headed right to Hamlin by Coulombe, and the Cats trying to get something started again. They're looking for Murtha. Engtel gets it away from Murtha. Engtel with a lot of hustle, not allowing the Cats to maneuver. Fay gets there. It deflects to the outside for Tourville. Tourville taken over by Arno. Now Fay, double teamed, loses the ball, picked up by White. Deflects back into the center. Fay breaks it up and clears it to the far side. Now Coulombe keeps it going. Off shuts, and Curry is there. He missed kicks, and Arno tries to pick it up. D4 won't let him go, and Arno goes down. And with 10 minutes remaining, statement was made while we were off the air shortly a little while ago that I'd have, at this point, I'd take Matt Arno and maybe Ryan Engtel out of the game with a 3-0 lead. take them out because they have 2 yellow cards. Plus Arno with that injured foot, you don't want to take a chance on re-injuring it. He obviously, and he proved it tonight, very important to this Cougar team. And the Gree clears up, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cats. The Cats making a lot of substitutions now. See if I can pick them all up. I know that Wilson is in there. Mike Wilson is in, and Jeff Rock, number 21, in for the Bobcats, and I think Frank Woodward, number 22, just in. And Pat Dubuque is going to go in for Northeastern. So with 8:40 remaining, it appears that Don Moulton trying to get all his players into the game. Down 3-0, pretty difficult task for the Bobcats. Woodward still trying, punches it into the center. Picked up by Mahoney. Mahoney, he'll get a shot off, and it's a low one that goes wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Dumas to midfield, headed by Morelli. Arno gets there. He gets by the defense. He gets the shot off, and it's just wide. And it'll be a goal kick for the Cats with 7:47 remaining in the second. 3-0 Northeastern. And number 25, that is Ben Millark, into the game for the Bobcats, and he'll replace John Curry. Stopped by Anktel, picked up by Wilson. Wilson still controlling on the far side, down the wing. Legree should get there first, and he lets the ball go out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern.
I know everything about wrestling.
And the call goes against Northeastern, and it'll be a Bobcat direct hit right at midfield. 6:48 remaining. And the Cats come right back in, headed out to the far side by Ashline. Wilson lets it go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for NAC. Woodward chips high and over the crossbar, out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Chested down and right back into the center. Dubuque is there. Dubuque up through the center. Stopped by D4, and D4 pushes it right back in again. Woodward to Wilson. Wilson defended by Racine. Racine breaks it up, but Wilson's still trying to keep his body between the ball. And it's out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. Legree with a fine effort. Try a bicycle kick to keep that ball in play. But the Cats will get a corner kick with 5:33 remaining in the second. 3-0 Northeastern. And Mike Wilson.
At this point, I think it's safe to say that the Bobcat reign will come to an end.
Yes, I think so.
But what a reign it's been. 5 consecutive years as sectional champions. Every year they went a little bit further, and all the way to the finals last year. So
that's right. That's
it's
right.
Been an outstanding past 5 seasons, and they're number 2 in the league this year. They certainly can't call this an off year.
That's one thing that Hamlin is out. I don't know who they put in his place, but Sean Hamlin out of the game for the Bobcats. But that's very true. I know that the players in the area are very proud, and they play against the Cats in the past, and there was a lot of competition, a lot of physical play, which is the way it's supposed to be. But when the Cats went to the regionals and then eventually last year to the finals, everybody in this area was rooting for them. I'll guarantee you, everybody was rooting for them. And even most of, I would think, the players that played against them during the year were rooting for them, because it's a lot of pride for somebody from the northern tier, a small community like this, to go to the finals of a state the size of New York and play for the finals. as Dumas makes the save. We're down to 4 minutes remaining. 4 minutes remaining, and in 4 minutes, actually 3 minutes and 54 seconds, the NAC Bobcats will hang up their spikes for 1997, and Northeastern Clinton is guaranteed at least one more game. Fay on the far side heads to Edgerton.
Talking with Don Moulton mid-season, and he was saying that he felt whoever won it for Section 7 would have a good chance of getting to the semifinals, to the Final Four. He knows the competition that's out there, and
he's seen these people play before. But you know, the one thing I talked about before, and I saw it last year when the girls went to Syracuse, I don't think that the Syracuse West Hill team was that much better than Northeastern. Yes, they were a very, very powerful team, but you could see the difference in the Lady Cougars when they played out there. They were nervous. They were apprehensive in some cases, playing on AstroTurf for the first time. There was a lot of things going against them, but that 4-1 loss to Syracuse West Hill, certainly not indicative of the girls Northeastern team last year that played so well and won so many championships, sectionals and regionals, etc. The Cougars, they're going to play. If they can win the regionals, they'll go as far as they can go, obviously, but it's going to be awfully, awfully tough. As you said, it took the Cats 5 years of going to this level of play, this level of competition. It took them 5 years to make it to the finals. And they had some very, very good teams in those 5 years. So we'll see what Northeastern can do. In another 2 minutes and 12 seconds, the Cougars will be headed for the regionals. And actually, we're not going anywhere. This is a great year to win this, because everybody's going to come right here to Seton, and Channel 24 Hometown Cable will be right here to bring you those events. And Woodward with the shot, it deflects off Ashline, and Fay to the outside, keeps it going up the wing. And we're under 2 minutes. We're down to 1:45, and Edgerton on the far side has some room. Switches fields into the center. Morelli can't get the shot off, and it's finally cleared out. Dubuque gets there, but so does D4, and the Cats control. White knocked out of bounds, and Northeastern substitutions. Brian LaFountain and Paul Hamilton into the game.
Northeastern's leading scorer, Scott Morelli, kind of officially held scoreless, but he's got all 3 assists tonight. So
yes,
even though he's not able to score, he's there giving the ball up to make sure that ball goes in for the Cougars.
He's getting open, but the one thing that he is doing, and I talked about it earlier, he's being double teamed, and that enables people like Pat Dubuque and Matt Ono. Just the fact that he's there makes a whole different team. You take Scott off the field, and you take that double team away, and it makes it harder for the wings. So he really has played a very good game tonight. I hate to mention individual players, because then you always seem to forget, but Nick Legree has been playing a great game in place of Nick Babby. Aaron Coulombe playing well in the center, controlling the center of the field. Mike Ashline has been playing outstanding all year long, and he's played well tonight. Travis Dupree has played well. And 10 seconds left. Kyle Edgerton has played well. Scott Morelli, Matt Arno. I guess you could say the team has really, really played well, and they deserve this championship. And you can see they've finally gotten over the hump. It's taken a lot of years for Northeastern to win this Section 7 Class C title, but they've finally gotten over the hump. And they're a bunch of happy guys. Since 1990. Northeastern won it in 90, and I think it was Saranac won it in 91, and since then it's been the NAC Bobcats. So now in 1997, Northeastern finally gets over the hump and wins the Section 7 Class C title. And the way they did it in the first half at the 16:38 mark, both teams running up and down the field, some opportunities, but pretty much evenly played. Maybe Northeastern had a couple of more better opportunities, but generally evenly played until Matt Arno from Scott Morelli at the 16:38 mark gave Northeastern a 1-0 lead, and that's really all they would need as it turned out. But Edgerton from Morelli at the 37:51 mark made it 2-0 Northeastern. And in the second half, the second goal was a situation where the Cats that were outplaying the Cougars had position on the field and were really spending a lot of time in the Cougar zone, but just couldn't get any decent shots off and couldn't get the ball behind Dumas, and bang, bang, Edgerton, just like that, quickly up the field off Morelli, put the ball behind Hamlin to give Northeastern that 2-0 lead at the 37:51 mark of the first half. That's the way the first half came to an end, and in the second half, similar, the Cats trying to get back, really putting out and really working hard, staying in Northeastern zone, trying to put steady pressure on the Cougars, but couldn't get the ball behind Dumas, and bang bang play up the field. Morelli's tripped, a direct kick called, Coulombe takes it, deflects off Morelli to Dubuque, and Dubuque at the 23-minute mark of the second half gives Northeastern their third goal and the final 3-0 victory. Just the score that Calvin said it would not be. He said it was not going to be a 3-0 victory, or a 3-0 game, and I said I agreed with it, but that's what it turned out to be. 3-0 Northeastern, and the Cougars are the 1997 Section 7 Class C champions, and they will meet Potsdam right here at Seton at a future date. I don't know if it's even been announced yet, but Hometown Cable will be here to bring you that game and any future contest that the Cougars can get involved in.
Section 7 Class C boys champion, Northeastern Clinton.
And the captains, Scott Morelli and Kyle Edgerton, go up and accept the trophy for the 1997 Class C, Section 7 Class C championship. And a great, great night for Northeastern. And Dale Hawksby gets doused from behind, and I think that's going to bring an end to the night. So congratulations to Dale Hawksby and the Northeastern Clinton Cougars. They are, as I said, the 1997 Section 7 Class C champions. And good job done to the NAC Bobcats. Again, 5 consecutive years they won this title. And this is the first time since 1991 that the Bobcats are not going into the regionals. And I'm sure it's a tough, tough time for them. But a good ride by the Cats, and a very, very good season. They've got a good soccer program, and you can be sure that they'll be back next year. Well, that's the way it was this 29th day of October 1997 at Seton Catholic Central Field in beautiful downtown Plattsburgh. Northeastern Clinton, the 1997 Section 7 Class C champions. Congratulations.
This is Calvin Caston. We're at Beekmantown Central School. It's the 12th day of December, 1997. We're here for CBAC varsity boys basketball, second game of the season for the teams. Tonight, the Beekmantown Eagles are being visited by the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars. Mark Shudall is here. Starting lineup for the visitors, Ryan Anktil, number 21. Scott Morelli, number 25. Craig Caston, number 13. Travis Dupree, number 24. And Tyson Dumas. Coach is Orville Netto. Beekmantown. Luke Gladue. Jesse Blake. Ryan Landry. What was that? I think Aaron Rediford was the fourth starter. A little hard to make out. Referees are Steve Chris and John LeFly Roskovich. now for our national anthem.
Oh.